10 obscure colors you might not know. Number 1. Aurelian Yellow. Aurelian is said to be a transparent, straw ochre-like yellow with strange yet greenish undertones, similar to cobalt yellow. This color was produced in the 1850s to replace gamboge, which earned a bad reputation after the sap it's named for made people sick. Number 2. Australian. If you guessed it had something to do with the country of Australia, you would be correct. Australian is actually the German name for Australia. The 1897 fashion guide House Decoration gave the hue its name. The guide stated that the colors of the outback inspired the name. The outback is the large desert that makes up much of Australia's territory. According to the fashion guide, the color was popular at the time in Victorian England. Number 3. Burly Wood. Burly Wood is a shade of brown that gets its name from a tree native to India. In particular, the hue refers to a shade of brown seen in wood made from the Butea frondosa tree and can also be found in the rest of South and Southeast Asia. Number 4. Ebonian. This subtle shade name comes from the Latin word eburneus, which simply means of ivory and is primarily white with a touch of yellow. There's also a species of edible mushroom named Hygrophorus eburneus, most commonly known as the ivory waxcap mushroom. Number 5. Lusty Gallant. This light pink color is named after a popular dance from Tudor England. In the late 1500s, the dance's name became linked to this color, but it's unclear where the correlation is. Writer William Harrison claimed that dressmakers of that time period would commonly give the colors of clothing bizarre names that would help them stand out. Number 6. Mountbatten Pink. Mountbatten Pink may technically be classified as a pink, but it does appear to be more of a purplish color. According to the book Great Personalities of the World, this color was used by Lord Mountbatten of the British Royal Navy to paint ships during World War II. You may also recognize it as the name given to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's son, Archie Mountbatten Windsor. Number 7. Nattier Blue. Nattier is a rare and obscure shade of blue that has French origins. It's named after Jean-Marc Nattier, a French painter who often used the color in his paintings. Nattier painted portraits of French women, many of whom wore clothing of the color that now bears his name. Nattier himself was quite an accomplished artist, one of his most famous paintings being The Lady in Blue. Nattier's portraits were so lifelike that many of his contemporaries thought he was using makeup instead of paint. Number 8. Stuart Semple Pink. Stuart Semple's self-proclaimed pink is pink is the result of an art world controversy. After the creation and subsequent development of a usable Vanta Black, which was until quite recently the blackest black, the company that invented the technology exclusively licensed it to an artist named Anish Kapoor. Many artists were upset that this color was being kept from them, so Semple decided in response to create the pinkest pink pigment and made it available to everyone except Kapoor. Kapoor did eventually get his hands on it anyway, posting a picture to Instagram with his middle finger dipped in the vibrant pink pigment. Number 9. Yinmin Blue. Yinmin Blue is a recently discovered vibrant shade of blue that occurs when the compound manganese oxide is heated at 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. Researchers at the University of Oregon discovered the color during this experiment and recognized it as being scientifically interesting. Blue pigments do tend to be unstable and dangerous, but Yinmin Blue is not, and is the first new blue pigment to be identified in 200 years. Number 10. Xanadu. When you hear Xanadu, you might think of the campy cult classic Olivia Newton-John film, or even the legendary Chinese city. Or perhaps even more obscurely, if you're like me and live in the northeastern United States, you know it as the ill-fated, decades-in-the-making, former name of the American Dream Mall. However, it is also the name of a relatively rare color. It's a shade of green that's almost gray. Its color is very close to what many retailers would call khaki, even though it's not truly khaki. So that was 10 obscure colors you might not know. I'd love to hear in the comments if you were familiar with any of these colors, or if you're hearing about them for the first time, or if you'd even like to hear more about any particular color in a future Color Stories episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.